From a girl hiding into an umbrella, how did I manage to become confident and to walk like a queen? Hi guys, this is me, Limitless Erica, and welcome back to my channel. I've always shared here in my TikTok videos that before I got a terrible bully during my childhood. There's people saying na mukha daw akong kabayo. No, they're actually calling me kabayo, pato, langgam. Hinahalin tulad nila ako sa Jollibee kasi di ba parang malaki yung pet ni Jollibee na mascot. Hinahalin tulad nila ako doon. Red horse, upuan. The worst thing is some people are trying to copy the way that I walk. And you know what's funny? Because it's really hard the way that I walk. And you know, the urge to copy me, like, the nerves to copy me. Parang gusto nyo rin bang mapunta sa position ko? And those people are laughing or mocking me. But you know what? On those time, hindi naman ako umiyak. Alam niyo, hindi ko alam yung feeling. Kasi nung bata ko, parang nakatingin lang ako sa kanila. And I was so curious na bakit nila ako sinasabihan ng ganun, bakit nila ako ginagaya. But I didn't know na nasasuppress ko na pala yung feelings, na nasasaktan na pala ako sa loob. And then, I wasn't even aware that yung mga bullies, yung mga mocking and yung insult na binibigay nila sa akin, or pinapakita nila sa akin is, yun na pala yung nagiging dahilan kung bakit parang nagkakaroon ako ng anxiety. You know, it actually happened when I was in province kasi nag-public ako for once in my life kasi sobrang lolo's father ako nun, guys. Lolo's girl, lolo's girl ako nun. So, yung patay ko, so nasa heaven na siya ngayon. Umuwi siya ng province, bumisita lang kasi siya sa amin sa Manila. Tapos, sobrang lolo's girl ako. Sumama ako sa kanya nun. Sumama ako kasi mahal na mahal ko talaga yung lolo ko nun. And parang feeling ko favorite niya talaga ako. So, favorite ko din siya. So, ayun. But I didn't know na doon pala magsisimula yung nightmare. You know, but I don't blame my lolo. And I know that everything happens for a reason naman. And, you know, I'm thankful for that experience because I don't know if I can become the person that I am right now if I didn't experience that situation or event in my life. So, ayun nga. Yung nangyari is, doon ako na-start na bully. Kasi public yun eh. Na, alam nyo, nung pagbalik ko sa Manila, sinabi ko sa sarili ko, hindi na ako magpa-public school. Kasi parang grabe yung bully na tanggap ko. The worst kind of bully is, alam mo yung kahit hindi sila nagsasalita, hindi nila sinasabi sa'yo verbally, pero makakaramdam ka kasi. You will see it under gesture, under face expression, under body language and movement. Kung gusto ba nila yung presence mo sa circle na yun or hindi. Meron ng time na yun na yung bag ko, bigla na lang ako mawawala ng 20 pesos. Tapos yung bag ko, bagong bag yun, di ba? May kita ko yung likod ng bag ko, meron siyang, may kulangot, ganon. Tapos, basta, parang, and I was thinking like, bakit parang feeling ko, ako lang yung ginagawa to? Bakit, out of the girls around me, bakit parang ako lang yung nakakaranas ng ganito? And you know, I started to think na, was it because of my appearance? Pero dahil bata pa ako nun, alam niyo, innocent ko pa eh. So, parang hindi mo masyado ma-figure out lahat ng bagay. But, when puberty hits, kasi di ba pag puberty, dun ka na nagiging conscious sa beauty mo. Parang feeling ko gano'n, nagiging conscious ka na sa beauty mo. So, when I was in grade 6, grade 7, dali na yung grade 7 ako, dun na. So, everything na lalabas ako ng bahay. Yung bahay kasi namin, is actually katapat lang yun ng school, yung alma mater namin. But then, dun banda sa unahan, parang may basketball court. And then, ano ba? May pang dinadayo yung court na yun kasi nga naglalaban-laban sila, yung mga taga doon, tapos yung mga taga ibang lugar. So, parang ang daming tao talaga doon minsan. And sobrang takot ako sa mga to. Alam niyo pa, may kita ko yung mga tao. Ang tawag ko sa kanila, zombies. Ganun yung tawag ko sa kanila kasi nakakatakot sila. Sabihin ko, alang daming tao, ayoko lumabas. Pero syempre, dahil ako yung eldest sa anak, ako yung panganay, syempre ako yung laging uutusan. Parang ako laging uutusan bumili ng mga ingredients, bigay. Ito sa mga peripheral vision ko, pag may mga nagdaanan ako mga lalaki, mga dalaga, mga bata rin, parang tinititigan talaga nila ako. And syempre, you will feel uncomfortable, bakit ka nila tinititigan, right? Na parang may ginagawa kang masama, naglalakad lang naman ako. Nakamalala siguro kapag sobrang dami ng tao, like nakatumpok yung tao, like siguro mga 5 tao sa dadaanan ko, mag-i-stay lang ako sa position na yun, kung nasan man ako nakatayo, hanggang sa mawala yung tao. Kaya minsan napapagalitan ako, bakit ang tagal mo? Ito lang naman yung binibili ko, so magre-reason na ako, gagawa na ako na kung ano-anong alibis. And then, one time, na-realize ko, may payong. Sabi ko, yung payong na yun na yung ginamit ko pantakip. So, kung nasan yung tao, like for example, kung dito yung daan banda guys, tapos nandito yung mga tao, dito ko itatapet yung payong, para hindi nila makita yung katawan ko. Some point, I really feel comfortable, you know, I really feel comfortable walking. Kasi syempre, yung mga tao, hindi na nila nakikita yung katawan ko, hindi na nila nakikita na ganito. Kasi dun sa lugar namin, nakita ko na ako lang talaga yung may katawan na ganun. And I was so confused na bakit parang ako lang yung naiba. And alam niyo, ng bata ko, lagi ako lagi akong umiiyak. Because I always question God na bakit kailangan ako yung maging ganito. You know, out of the millions of people in this world, bakit ako? Like, may ginawa ba akong masama? Or ano ba to, punishment ba to? Or whatever. So, but you know, parang sabi ko, nakipag-deal ako kay God. Sabi ko, there's a reason behind it. And I'm going to know it. I'm going to find it. Maybe not now, but in the right time. Aantayin ko yun. Kung ano man yung reason ni God para sa akin. That deal with God that actually helped me to stay alive. Alam nyo, what I can say is one of the biggest factor that helped me to be confident is when I trusted God. And you know, that actually works. Because, you know, kung hindi ko siya nakilala ng bata ko, kung hindi ko binigay yung tiwala sa kanya na meron siyang purpose kung bakit ganito ako, na parang feeling ko, this is just a test in my life, I wouldn't be there. You wouldn't be watching me right now. Kasi alam niyo, ng bata ako, lagi ako nagsi-self-pity. Alam niyo yun, like parang, onting sermon lang sa akin, lagi ako nagsa-self-pity, na parang lagi ako nagkakaroon ng suicidal thoughts. Ganun ako kalala ng bata ko, na parang sigawan mo lang ako ng onti, may mali lang ako magawa. I-overthink ko yan, sobrang sama ng loob ko, and magkakaroon ako ng suicidal thoughts. But you know, every time that I would think about the suicidal thoughts, lagi din ako naiiyak. Kasi sinasabi ko, malulungkot si Lord. Ganun yung lagi kong naiisip. And I don't know why, na parang bang, I'm not saying na favorite ako ni God, ganyan, na parang, you know, that connection with Him that makes me alive in this world. Parang sabi ko, kasi hindi niya to bibigay sa akin kung hindi ko to kaya. And sabi ko, kung mawawala ako ngayon, paano ko naman nalaman yung purpose ko? Paano ko malalaman kung ano ba yung mission ko dito sa mundo? And you know, pinanghawakan ko yun. And now that I'm kind of 20s, totoo eh, binigay niya sa akin, pinakita niya sa akin, ano yung purpose, and I'm so happy. And I'm sharing it to you guys because I want to help, especially those young children. Kasi alam niyo, ng bata ko, I didn't have someone to look up to. Walang nag-advise sa akin. Walang nagsabi sa akin na hindi yan punishment. Walang nagsabi sa akin na baka may purpose. Alam niyo, it was all like self-discovery. Na parang I just put all my trust to God. But there's a reason behind it. And nilatag ko lahat yun. Parang I gave it all to Him. That's why, you know, right now, I'm really so happy that I trusted Him. Because that is making me alive right now. And I'm so happy right now kasi, you know, some people, kahit na hindi ko sila kilala, they're approaching me. Sinasabi nila sa akin na natutuwa sila sa akin. And they're proud of me. And nakaka-inspire na yung story ko kasi nakita nila ako sa kay MJS. And you know, I feel like, wow, how did I make that? First things first, how did I make it to be fitter in the Kay Andreas? And I'm gonna tell you guys, when you really put your confidence, your faith, your trust in God, everything will follow. Yung opportunities, yung blessings, it will all follow if you're just going to obey Him. Kasi totoo siya. Kasi kung hindi siya totoo, matagal na akong wala dito. So, yeah, you know, this confidence, some people, because I've always seen it here on my TikTok, whenever I post in social media, people would ask me, how did I become confident? How did I do it? Because dati akong sobrang mahihain. You know, it took me a decade to post myself online. Like, parang, alam mo yun, personally, siguro confident na ako. Pero, alam mo yung parang siguro sabihin natin nasa level 1 pa lang yung confidence ko. Like, parang personal pa lang, ganon. Kasi syempre nakayanan ko namang naglalakad na hindi gumagamit ng payong. But sabi ko, after ko graduate ng college, when it comes to posting myself online, parang that's something huge. Parang that's something na parang hindi ko pa kayang gawin. Actually, I started this online TikTok, this TikTok page of mine like around 2023, and actually it was about affiliate marketing. Doon talaga nagsimula tong TikTok ko. And I feel like, bakit ang baba ng views ko? What? Very much. Sabi ko, bakit ang baba ng views ko? And then, a year later, parang, kasi nung una hindi ko talaga pinapakita yung body ko. It was all like face, yung nagbebenta ka talaga. And then sabi ko, but parang parang nakaka-boring. Parang nawawalan ako ng gana. Parang sabi ko, parang feeling ko dito para sa akin talaga yung ganto-ganto na benta-benta lang. And then, I tried one videos. I started posting myself online, which I never did. Alam mo yung parang gusto mong i-level up talaga yung confidence mo. Na parang ayaw mong mag-stay dun lang sa level na yon. You want to level up. You're wanting to see na how long or how far can it go? Gaano ba kataas yung level of confidence na kaya mong ibigay sa sarili or yung kaya mong abot. And then, when I started posting myself online, and it was so cringe. It was so cringe when I first did it. Especially, I have TikTok friends na nandito. Tapos sometimes, syempre pag nakikita nila yung supportive yung mga friends ko, yung na-heart nila. Kapag nag-notify yung mga react nila, parang nahihiya ako. Parang gusto ko nalang burahin yung mga videos ko. But I let it. Because, being cringe, being uncomfortable, sometimes, it's actually the journey or the silver lining for you to get on kung para saan ka ba talaga. So, totoo yung sinasabi nilang, you have to be comfortable with the uncomfortable because if you will stay on your comfort zone, walang mangyayari sa'yo. Like, comfortable ka nga, pero you will not be able to discover what's outside. And you will never know na parang yung comfort zone mo that they're just waiting for you to come out and your biggest blessings are coming into your way. So, that is just the first stage of how I used my, childhood traumas, childhood bullies to become confident. And thank you so much guys sa mga nanood ng video. And I'll be creating more videos about it. Medyo, minsan na ako mag-post because I'm busy at work as well. But I am kind of, I'm trying to be committed na mag-post pa. So thank you so much and may have a great day, Limitless Babies. Bye!